My dad and I are in the Steve's house, and we just finished putting in all these cabinets and stuff. That is not just any Volkswagen, that is a Mexican taxi. That is so cool. It was after we put in the cabinets, these nice white shaker cabinets, that we realized how gross that fridge and this stove are. It kind of blended before, so we're definitely going to have to come back and get rid of, you know, these appliances. I just don't think that they're any kind of salvageable. But these cabinets look great. We did an RTA, ready to assemble cabinet, that we got from the Habitat Home store, and I'll do a little bit more video, maybe a time lapse of us assembling the next sink base. Doing YouTube stuff over here, no big deal. And let's see if I can die falling off the thing while I try to catch video. Mario's here helping me. Hi, Mario. You want to lift your head up so you don't have two chins?
3 chins.
3 chins. You got more chins than a Chinese phone book from this angle. Big shout out to Mario for helping me hang the outside unit and the inside unit. Without his help, I'm not sure I would have been able to get it done. So here's the attic area of the Steve's house, and it's pretty dusty. But what we have going on here is running new electrical runs. Over there is where the external run's going to be. And then over there is where I already ran an external run of power. Came out pretty well, except for that pipe is crooked. There's the disconnect. Runs down and then up into this one that comes from the box. And then this one goes up to the sensor lines. Then just coiled up the excess right there, and everything runs up nice and neat to there. Also zip tied up this and the drain lines. So while we're installing the AC unit on this side, I noticed that this circuit breaker right here, whenever I plugged in these 2 wires, it tripped like almost immediately. So I went and got a new one, but this is the old one, and you can see that it's got this giant window in it, and it's super corroded. So now with this setup here, I click this on. If I go across these 2 lugs right here, I got 240. If I go across these 2 like this, I should have 240, so that's perfect. And then I can check each leg, so I can leave that one in there, come down here to my ground bar, and I got 120. And I'll check the same thing on the other one. So that one, that leg is 120, the other leg is 120, together they're 240. All that checks out. Now I'm gonna kick this off, and I'm gonna drop these 2 in there, and I have the bridge removed from the disconnect box, so now I'm gonna flip these on and we'll check the wiring from here to the disconnect box, make sure it doesn't trip anything. All right, so that's good. We'll kick these back off, and we'll go out and connect the disconnect. Here goes nothing. Oh, this is so scary. Oh shit, it immediately popped. So I kept having problems with it, and I'm looking at this, the way this is wired, and it says line load on one side, line load on the other side. But if you pull the actual terminal block out, it's connected line, load, load. So this is all wrong, and I need to move the black one over here and both white ones over here, or vice versa, to get it to connect right. Very, very, very misleading instructions on that one. Now I'm gonna see if I can't kick this thing on without it arcing so aggressively. Oh, that's a good sign. Nothing is on fire. Let's see if we can turn this thing on. Now what? And, well, that's terrifying. One of my fuses here stopped working. So I was gonna swap out these 2 from an adjacent unit with these 2. Pretty sure this one's the one that stopped working. It's all swollen. But yeah, these look equally gross, and the caps are coming off the end of them. So I'm just gonna replace all of them. That's better. So after changing out the fuses downstairs, which were not allowing me to get power to the 2 lugs, I now have 240 at the lugs. This one's cooled down enough after our last little fiasco. So now let's see if it, oh, here we go. Oh yeah. After all those shenanigans, we now have AC. We'll go button up everything outside while we're waiting for it to finish up, and then check the temperature. Well, this AC unit's done. It's blowing ice cold, which is gonna make it a lot easier for me to take care of the stuff that's left to do in this house, like the entire kitchen that still needs to be done and the bathroom that still needs to be put together. So right now we're just trying to get it set up so that when we put the countertop or the cabinets back, we actually have something to attach them to. So I put a bunch of wood behind this area where they cut it out for the plumbing, fill it in, tape and float it, but then we're just gonna put tile over the top of all of it. So I'm not super concerned. The next thing we're gonna do is put this cabinet back and shim it properly so that it's level. A lot of mud will fix that. There's our reinforcement strip right there, so we can tie it into the back of the cabinet. Fridge is still gross, in case you were wondering. For new appliances, we'll head over to the used appliance outlet just a few blocks away. Places like this are great for investors and landlords because they offer better rates than the big box stores, and you can even find some refurbished appliances if you can snag them up before somebody else does. This place is located in the same parking lot as the graffiti wall from the introduction of the video. That's a big bonus for me because I love graffiti art. While I was away, the contractors have been killing it, straightening up some walls and knocking out some drywall in the downstairs. They fixed that board that was messed up there, and they actually lifted up this section, which made that flat, and actually made the windows level as well. Pretty dang nice. Unfortunately, these windows are just completely wrecked. For replacement window sashes, I looked around online for quite some time, but I couldn't find anything that would just plug in. And then I discovered this place called Picker's Paradise, which is right up the road from the house, once again, kind of in the same neighborhood. This place is a treasure trove of all things you could want for an old house like this. However, some of these windows are unsalvageable, like this one I showed a second ago. It's in a kitchen that faces a driveway, and I found the perfect awning window to replace it. We'll have to switch gears and take this window out so the drywall can continue going up. Look how terrible it really is. The way these houses were built was pretty trippy. They have these weight pockets over here. We've seen them before in other videos. They have these weight pockets, and then it goes up to a pulley. That weight is what actually holds this upper sash up. Not this particular upper sash because it's glued in through the top. But you know, you look down. There's supposed to be a window ledge right here, inside and outside, but it's rotten away so much that you can look down and see straight down to the foundation. We're gonna board all this up all the way up to about here, where we're gonna install a fold-out window. It's actually in the front seat of the truck right now. Swing it. The correct way to remove this cotton sash cord would be to remove the two pin nails holding it in and untie it so it'll slip through the roller. Pull that weight out. That's the upper sash out. I may or may not have mentioned that it is the end of July, beginning of August in Texas, and it is about 1,000,000 degrees out with 3,000% humidity. So, sorry. Didn't need a ladder after all. Sturdy enough, OSHA approved. Ta-da! It's not wood, it's just poo. Now, we get to make this fit about there. Plenty of light, can flip open for some ventilation. I'll just mark that with a pencil I don't have. There. I'll remember where that is. Well, that's the old reclaimed wood pile, and it looks to me like we have a prime candidate from the stair railing that I took down that was gross. Let's go put that up. Now we have everything framed up, so we'll just put some plywood on the outside of it and call it good for today. We'll come back tomorrow and we'll do the inside. This house is coming along really, really nicely, and there's still a lot of work to go. We'll see you on the next video. Please smash that like and subscribe button. We'll see you next time. I'm pretty sure somebody broke into the house and tried to steal this AC unit. They were unsuccessful for whatever reason. It's not in there very well. They broke in this bedroom right here through that window that's now broken. So we put up that board, put that closed. I mean, the window was broken before, but somebody broke in here to try to steal that AC unit right there for, I don't know, it's probably the only one in the house that works though, so at least they picked the right one.